Welcome to our next Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. This time we're headed to Arrow Rock, Missouri. Arrow Rock is in Saline County, Missouri, and it's located along the Missouri River, approximately 100 miles west of St. Louis. Our walk in historic Arrow Rock begins in front of the Houston Tavern. Built in 1884 with additions throughout the 19th century, the Houston Tavern is the oldest continuously operating restaurant west of the Mississippi River. Judge Joseph Houston built the building and it operated as an inn and restaurant. The community of Arrow Rock became an important town along the Santa Fe Trail, its location on the bluffs above the ferry crossing of the Missouri River. The town's population was nearly 1,000 in the 1860s, but dwindled when the railroads bypassed the town. The survival of the town is credited to the Daughters of the American Revolution prevailing upon the state of Missouri in 1923 to purchase the Houston Tavern and create the Arrow Rock State Historic Site. The tavern has been restored to its 1840 appearances, and it still operates with a hearty fare of fried chicken and ham dinners along with other specialties. Situated on a scenic bluff overlooking the Missouri River, Arrow Rock, Missouri was known to both Native Americans and early explorers long before the town's founding in 1829. It was none other than the famed Lewis and Clark who noted the Arrow Rock Bluff and nearby salt licks as they labored up the Missouri River in 1804. With its prime location on the Missouri at the crossroads of the Santa Fe Trail, Arrow Rock was a popular stopping place for travelers heading west, and the town soon swelled. About 1,000 people were here in the early 1800s, half of whom were African American. Following the Civil War, Arrow Rock remained the center of a rich farming community with a diverse but dwindling population until it was rediscovered in the 1920s by early preservationists. The entire town of Arrow Rock was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1864. We're about to enter the Shelby Log Cabin. This cabin was not original to Arrow Rock, but from nearby, and is believed to have been built sometime in the early 1830s. As we walk along the streets of Arrow Rock, you can see why it's a popular tourist destination. It's also home to a number of businesses that cater to visitors. Many of these homes date back to the early 1800s and mid-1800s. Take a look at the curbs in the street as well, still made of old rocks and cobblestones. This particular federal-style house was built in 1845. This particular building is the old Arrow Rock Meeting House. It's also home to what was once the Saline County Herald, one of the first newspapers west of the Mississippi River. Inside we can see a bunch of historic printing presses and other things that were used to produce the paper in the early 1800s to the late 1800s. Across the street is the historic Arrow Rock Masonic Building, Lodge Number 55. This particular lodge was chartered in 1842 for the Masons. The current lodge building was built in 1868, and meetings continue to be held inside this building. This historic Christian church was built in 1872. We're now coming up the John P. Seitz gun shop and the John P. Seitz house. The Seitzes learned to build guns from his father in 1844, and he moved his bride Nanny to Arrow Rock. This is the only known restoration in the United States of a gunsmith shop and home in their original location. Johnny and Nanny Seitz purchased the home in 1866. By 1875, they raised the roof and added 2 bedrooms and a porch in the Victorian style. Fires in 1872 and 1901 destroyed the original 1850s 2-story structures that used to line this street in Arrow Rock. The rebuilt single-story buildings now house a variety of shops, and guided tours depart often from the Friends of Arrow Rock office, which includes a collection of early American firearms. This is the home of Dr. Matthew Hall. Dr. Hall was a noted civic leader and community physician, and he built this home around 1846. But in 1856, he moved his family to the country to escape what he called, quote, the evil influence of a river town. We're now coming up to the Thelyceum Theater. This was a former Baptist church that was built in 1872. In 1960, the church was sold to a theater production group, and the group has been producing Broadway caliber productions here since about 1960 or so. This small brick structure is the Don Dr. John Sappington House. Dr. John Sappington developed and mass-produced quinine pills nationwide to treat malaria in the early 1800s. He was also a great political force in antebellum Missouri. Two of his son-in-laws and a grandson served as Missouri governors. We're now coming across and up to one of the more historic residents that lived in Arrow Rock. That was artist George Caleb Bingham. From 1837 to 1845, Bingham was a resident of Arrow Rock and lived inside this home. He was an American portrait and landscape painter. Bingham preserved with realism human characteristic scenes of old-time Missouri life. It was during his years at Arrow Rock that he began his sketches of the Missouri River and frontier life around him that had developed into his famous paintings. hope you've enjoyed this tour in historic Arrow Rock, Missouri. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next walk. Take care now. Bye.